This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Hazleton's fire chief is here to dish out some safe trick-or-treat advice. Plus, we'll tell you where there's a safe Halloween event going on in the city of Hazleton next. Hello, everyone, and thanks for watching FYI News 13 on SSPTV. I'm Ken Cara. Halloween is just around the corner, and tonight our Lisa Sugar gets some advice on how to keep your little trick-or-treaters safe while going door to door.
Well, this Friday is officially Halloween, and all the kids will be out in costume trick-or-treating throughout many communities throughout our viewing area. Here to tell us how you can keep your little ones safe this Halloween is Hazleton Fire Chief Donna Leschko. Chief, every year you give some excellent advice to not only the children and their parents, but also to the drivers who will be out there. So I guess let's start with the kids first. If they're going out trick-or-treating on Friday night and it's dark outside, what advice do you have for the parents to keep them safe?
One of the most important things you want the children to be seen. Make sure they have flashlights with them, some kind of bright clothing on. I know a lot of the costumes this year are, the dark colored costumes. They're very tough to see at nighttime. But it's most importantly, the children are going out. Make sure they have some kind of reflective item on them, that they're carrying flashlights or something like that, that they can be seen, that they're not, in that dark costume. Because even in the middle of the night, you're driving, even with headlights and street lights, arc lights and all that, it's still sometimes very difficult. If a child comes between a car or anything like that, it's difficult to see the child. So you want that child to be recognized that when the drivers are driving, or just barely, anybody, neighbors, anybody sees the children walking, that they see the children, that they are visible, and that they are, most importantly, have flashlights with them, and that most importantly, they work in a group together. They're going together in a group, they're staying together, and that they're also, and we want everybody to be more or less accompanied by an adult too.
Very good advice. And for the people who will be driving and traveling around, they got to be alert to what's happening.
Right. I mean, we all know Friday night's, trick-or-treating night, and that's a common thing that, we all want everybody to take caution every day, but especially Friday night, use a little caution. Make sure you have, you're looking all around, because you always got to keep your eyes on all sides of your head. I mean, we know children are free giving. They want to, they just want to bolt out sometimes. They see a house across the street with lights on. They see a lot of kids. They're like, oh, let's go there. So you want to be on the lookout. You want to make sure you use caution. Just drive slow and just take it easy. And I know sometimes people get aggravated. They're like, oh, kid, just try to remain calm. Just take it easy. Let the children enjoy the night. It's trick or treating. I know when I was growing up, you were carefree. You would bolt out intersections and all that. What we want to do is we want to make sure the children also stay safe. Crossing intersections. I know a lot of towns will be out there. They have their police departments out, extra patrols, the same in the city. They'll be out patrolling the neighborhoods, checking to make sure everybody stays safe. They make sure everybody crosses at crosswalks and all that. So you want everyone just to use caution and just to be careful that night.
And then there's also the worry for the parents about the candy itself. I guess best advice, go to places you're familiar with, people you know, but parents should check the candy. Right,
yeah. I mean, in a lot of children, a lot of parents who take their children, the homes they are familiar with, neighborhoods they're familiar with and all that. But most importantly is when the child gets home, you want to make sure before they take any of that candy and start having, a good time, especially it's late at night, so the children want that sugar. They want to have a good time. They want to eat candy. But you want the parents to go through the candy, make sure that everything's safe, make sure, and if there's a piece of candy that was open or anything like that, discard it. Just remove it from the package, and don't let the children have anything that. I know sometimes the children get in the cars, they want to go right into candy. Try to refrain from letting the children have any of that candy until the parent checks it to make sure, everything's okay with it and all that. We want this Halloween to be safe. We want it to be enjoyable, and most importantly, we want the children to have fun, because that's what it's about.
Absolutely. Some very good tips for your little ones heading out this Friday or whenever it is. Check your community to find out when trick-or-treating is taking place in your area.
You can find out right now, because speaking of Halloween, here's a list of trick-or-treating dates in communities throughout the FYI viewing area. That was a sweet jam. I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's get back to the news. A plan that mixes parking meters and cell phones for the city of Hazleton has been tabled. City Council recently voted 3-2 to table a resolution that would give the go-ahead for a cell phone payment system. Council wants to find out more about the program known as the Pango Mobile Parking Cell Phone Payment System. It allows motorists to utilize a cell phone app to pay for metered parking. Pango would collect a 5% commission. Mayor Joe Yanuzzi had hoped to begin the program this Saturday. Coming up next on FYI, we'll tell you about a local business who's been running a haunted Halloween special for kids for 5 years now at their business. And right after this break, Janine and Tamara are doing something cool at the Sage Exchange. I only saw the video, but it looks like it involves Play-Doh. We'll find out what's the sense next.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
And we have a little buddy with us. This is Marla. She's 3. And we're back with tomorrow. Every Wednesday, we give you some nice ideas on what to make with things you have lying around your house. And it's getting cold, or it is cold, I should say. I don't want to admit it, but it's cold out there. So how do we keep the kiddos busy? This is
cold, rainy fall days.
One way, right?
Yes, it is. And this is an old recipe I had when my kids were little. It's even actually fun to make it with the kids.
Okay, so how do we make it?
It's so easy. It takes 4 minutes to make it. It's so simple, and you can actually keep it in your refrigerator for up to 6 months.
Love it.
Yeah.
And it's really safe for the kids too. Not that you want to encourage them to eat it, but you know, Marla's 3, so you don't know if you turn your back for. You can't eat that. You're right. You're a smart 3-year-old.
It's not. There's nothing toxic in it.
Right.
I remember when my sister was little, she had those fabric or the scented markers.
Oh boy.
And it said non-edible, and she thought it meant non-poisonous. And I'll never forget my mom, like, Poison Control Center. But no, this is totally safe.
Okay.
The ingredients you have practically in your kitchen.
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to take 2 cups of flour. You're going to take 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. You're going to take a cup of salt.
I'll hold it.
And cream of tartar, 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar. And you're going to mix all that together.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to boil water. You're going to take 2 cups of boiling water and add your color, your food coloring to it. And that will activate the color in it.
Right. What's your favorite color?
You'll get the consistency.
What's your favorite color? Purple?
Yeah.
Obviously, she's wearing it, right?
Once you mix it all together, you're just going to keep kneading it and kneading it and kneading it till it gets to the consistency of Play-Doh. If you need to add more flour, it's going to work it way like right in. So it's fun.
Good job, Marla.
I mean, she's going to have a ball with it. I'm glad we're at my shop.
Now you're going to have sessions that people can come and learn for other seminars. What are those seminars going to be?
There's upcoming seminars for paint and also some defunking your junk, I call it.
Okay.
But I have one more thing that the kids had a lot of fun with.
All right.
And all you need is baking soda and shaving cream. That's it.
Okay.
And what you're going to do here is you're just going to keep mixing it to the consistency, but it's snow.
Oh.
And you can make snowballs. Now this kind of got a little dry because it's been sitting here, but it's perfect even with the holidays coming up. You know, to decorate with it because it's pretty. It stays cool.
Oh,
because
that's neat.
It's shaving cream. What else you can do with this is
can you freeze
all
those?
Boys love to explode things, so if you spray a little vinegar on it, they'll be like the magical volcano snowballs, and the boys have a lot of fun with that. It is a little messy, but they have a lot of fun with it. You'll see nice snowball fight in the house.
Nice.
But that too keeps them busy. It's fun making it. Just spraying the cream all over, mixing this together.
Neat.
It's easy and it's fun. The kids love it.
Next week, what are we focusing on?
We are going to, I'm going to teach you how to grow moss.
Oh, fun. Is it fun, Marla? You having fun?
Fun?
Are you having fun? I think she is. She's too preoccupied. That's what we want to do. That's the
colors.
She's making different colors, and that's the focus of these projects, to keep those kids busy and to keep you sane throughout the cold winter months. So join us next week, every Wednesday on FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
I'll make that Play-Doh stuff for some of our guests. That little girl didn't notice Janine, Tamara, or even the cameras. That was amazing. Well, I think it looked Halloweeny out today. That's not a technical meteorological term, but for the technical end of things, let's check out the National Weather Service. They do a pretty good job. Tonight, partly cloudy. The low will be 38 degrees on the extended forecast. Enjoy Thursday. Mostly sunny. The high will be 50. At night, we'll get down to 36 degrees. A bit cooler on Friday as we go to 48 degrees for the high. Friday night, 50% chance of showers, the low 37, and then on Saturday the high is going to be 39 degrees, a 50% chance of rain and snow showers before 2 p.m. Saturday night, really cold, 28 degrees, slight chance of snow showers at night. Sunday will be partly sunny, the high is 37, and then Sunday night the low is 27. Big Halloween event going on at Ink My Soul Tattoos and Body Piercing on Grand Street in Hazleton. Their haunted room, it's the 5th year they're doing it. I'm joined now by Chris Wisda and his mom, Helena Wisda. Thank you guys for being with us. And Chris, 5 years ago, you opened the business in Hazleton, grew up in Hazleton. Why did you want to do this? Your first year of business, you've been doing it for 5 years now, free for kids, free for families to come on over.
It was just something that could be, fun, free for the kids, a safe place for them to go for Halloween. And just to make it a safe thing for the kids to do, something different for them to do. Come and have a good time, not have to worry about where your kids are or what they're doing. And it just something to give back to the community. Basically, is what we're doing it for.
And do you remember taking Chris? Did Chris go trick or treating when he was little? Or?
Oh, absolutely. I took all my kids trick or treating, and at that time, a lot of families had their lights on, and the kids can go. You'd fill up a bag in 2 or 3 blocks. But it seems now there's nobody, no lights are on. You really can't go trick-or-treating, or you have to drive your kids around the city. Here they can come, they can get a little bit scared, they get a treat, and it's really a good time for the family.
And I think it's interesting, I mentioned it even before too, you said sometimes there's this perception about tattoos and body piercings, and here we are saying, hey kids, everyone come in, and you said it's not, the perception should change.
Yeah, it's not, years ago, 20 years ago when I first started, it was, bikers and bad people and convicts who got tattoos. Now it's, everybody from grandmothers to 18-year-old college students, everybody in between. And some tattoo shops are still that kind of scary, place you have to come in and feel like you're tough, this and that. It really has nothing to do with the shop. It's just for the area, for the kids, for the community. Like I said, nice place for them to go and have fun. That's what it's all about.
It's interesting because you got a tattoo from your son as well, so mothers as well. My mom has a tattoo, and there is donations. It is free, but you can make a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. Talk about why you wanted to incorporate this and then why Wounded Warriors.
We always do different benefits each year, and actually my other body piercer, he decided, how about we go with the Wounded Warrior Project? I said, it's a great idea because, they're out there fighting for our freedoms. They're the one who, if it wasn't for them, we couldn't do what we do. To be able to maybe get larger donations for them, just to help out our military and let the military know that, you are appreciated.
And last, just give us a little preview about, you made some of the props, decorations that people are going to be seeing. What will they see when they come into the room, and what are you working on?
I started doing papier-mâché projects this year, and made a 6-foot mummy that's suspended. I wouldn't say all, but most of the projects that we did, we made our own scary monsters, put a head on a different body. So each year we change it up and try and make it so that, okay, well, we saw this last year, but oh no, it's different this year. So each year it's different.
All right, so come on out, Ink My Soul Tattoo and Body Piercing, and check out their haunted room. Now here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers before we go to break. The daily 048, the big 4 3995, Quinto 31481, and Treasure Hunt 125 1418. It's Dave Day after this break.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Welcome to another Dave Day. Always happy to have Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, with us, and an exciting week if you're a Hazleton area high school sports fan. Of course, the Cougar football team will be wrapping up their season on Friday against rival Berwick. The Hazleton area Cougar cross country team, Dave, let's start with them. The boys, they wrap up a District 2 championship, and they did it on a cold day. District 2 was like, the Wyoming Valley Conference meet. They went ahead on a rainy, cold day, and the Cougars pulled it out.
Yeah, it was a big win for the Cougars. They came together. They finished second in the Wyoming Valley Conference coaches meet to Berwick, but rallied on another wet, rainy day, and it always seems to be the case this time of year when you get the ugly weather for this time. But these cross-country runners are tough-minded individuals, as tough athletes as we cover on a regular basis, and they came through. A lot of good, solid grouping, a lot of solid individual performances, and it all added up to a district championship.
So now it's off to states for the Cougars. The Lady Cougar volleyball team, they get a victory in the district playoffs in the semifinals. They're now in the district final against Delaware Valley at North Pocono. And Dave, you said the girls lost that first set, came back to win 3 straight, and now they have a shot at a district championship.
It's a rematch of last year's district championship match. Delaware Valley won that one. Lady Cougars have been gunning for this the whole season, and now they're going to get their shot. Delaware Valley's been a team to beat in the district for the past several seasons, but Lady Cougars, this group of players have been playing for a long time together. It's their time, maybe.
And it was interesting that after a game against Nanticoke, we covered toward the end of the season for the Lady Cougars, and Coach was talking about, even though they lost, it was a good way to jump into the district playoffs. Tough loss, but they definitely hung in there, and now they have a shot at a district championship. Let's move to football. Big weekend in the Anthracite League as we're getting ready for playoffs, Eastern Conference playoffs, District 11 playoffs. Marion and Tamaqua, big rivalry game. Tamaqua loses to Lehigh in last week. They seem they were on the outskirts of the district playoffs, but really could use a win. Marion seems locked in, but it would be nice to maybe get that second seed or a higher seed, and I think it's going to be very interesting in hometown.
Regardless of what playoffs are at stake, anytime Marion and Tamaqua get together on a football field, basketball court, any sport that they play in, it's going to be a battle. So it really doesn't, the playoff implications are secondary to what's going to happen in the game. Tamaqua has an outside shot in Eastern Conference playoff berth. Like you said, Marion is locked in for a District 11 Class A playoff berth, but again, that's all secondary to rivalry.
And then another big rivalry game, Shenandoah Valley and Monoy area. Shenandoah Valley, rough season. They keep fighting. They're looking for their first win. Would probably love nothing more than to get it against Monoy area, as Monoy, they could finish the season 5-5, and I guess would have an outside shot also at the Eastern Conference playoff.
Yeah, the Bears would, I think, make the district playoffs if they get in the Class A playoffs. Shenandoah, like you said, nothing more than a win against their bitter rival. Be a tough uphill battle, though. The Devils have been hurting with numbers all season. Again, though, throw the records out the window because it's could be a great game. You never know in that kind of rivalry game.
And we have one score for you on the FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard in the District 11 Single A Girls Volleyball Playoffs. Marion got the win over Tri-Valley. It was a 3-0 sweep for the Phillies, who move on to the District 11 final against the familiar opponent Nativity. That game will be at 7 p.m. at Minersville on Thursday. Now, Marion and Nativity, they last met in the Schuylkill League Championship. Marion won that one 3-0. That's sports for today. Stay tuned. The rest of the week we'll have features on Hazelton area cross country and football, plus much more. FYI, we'll be right back. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's Signature Steak Night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95, plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. One of our area servicemen is back home on American soil. Welcome home, Ryan Dever, pictured here with his wife, Megan. This wish comes with love from all of us here at SSPTV, and especially your family and friends. And in our Talk of the Town report, Downtown Shenandoah Incorporated will be sponsoring a soup and sausage sale November 13th beginning at 10 a.m. Be held in its downtown location, 116 North Main Street. Several soup flavors will be available, as well as sausage and pepper hoagies. All are welcome to order, and for more information, please call 570-462-2060. That's our Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Walter Joseph Skolsky, formerly of Jeansville. Mass is Thursday at 10 a.m. at the Sacred Heart Church. Friends make call Wednesday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Lee Funeral Home in Mount Holly, New Jersey. Joseph P. Zakruski of Barnesville. Funeral is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. from the James P. Hawney Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. John J. Jack Sugart, formerly of Hazelton. Memorial will be held Friday at 1:30 p.m. at the James O. Bradley Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from noon to 1:30 p.m. Ruth May Seeley Webb of Delaware, Florida. Services will be held at the Black Creek United Methodist Church at the convenience of the family. Fred J. Delachesia of Drums. Arrangements will be announced by the Harmon Funeral Home. And John E. Hornack of Hazelton. Funeral is Friday at 9 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m.
My name's Dan Geidish. I'm the Membership Director of the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce. And we're here to talk about the value of becoming a member of the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce is constantly working to improve the business climate and the economic climate in the Greater Hazelton area. We're constantly working to improve things in the Hazelton area. We've worked for transportation improvements on Route 924, the newly completed Broad Street Corridor. We have the Chamber of Commerce Beltway, the Airport Beltway, which is underway. So we're constantly working for transportation improvements. Members in the Chamber of Commerce, if you're a new member, you can come to us. We'll take care of a ribbon cutting and a grand opening for you from start to finish. We have monthly events, networking mixers, and red carpet breakfasts, which allow our members to interact with one another. Membership in the Chamber is really very reasonably priced. An individual can get a membership for as little as $175. Small businesses can join for $250, and our professional rate is $300. Of course, if you're a large manufacturer, things change a little bit in terms of membership rates. But anyone wanting to become a member can contact us at the Chamber, 570-455-1509, and I'll be glad to come and discuss all of the perks with you at any time.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Charles Harding of Ashland. Charles, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
The rest of the week is filled on FYI. We'll have an interview coming up with the Bishop of the Scranton Diocese, so get ready for that. Plus sports features, as I mentioned, with the Hazelton area cross-country team and football team. So stay tuned the rest of the week. We're always online at ssptv.com. And until tomorrow, take it easy.